initiatives where we start focusing on special commodities, special fruits, special vegetables, which have a demand outside, I think that becomes very, very important. Apart from that, I must congratulate Shahyadi and Mr. Naqvi from the Media Today group for bringing together all these people from various aspects of the horticulture sector together to in fact discuss. I wish them all the very best so that the pathway of the future of how the horticulture sector will progress takes shape. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Priyaranjan, for sharing the fresh produce trade projection for 2030. We now have a very special presidential address by Mr. Gokul Patnaik, who is the chairman of the Global Agri System Private Limited, Haryana. He is also the former chairman of EPIDA. He is the senior bureaucrat working in the agriculture and horticulture industry for more than 3 decades. He is also the convener of the Fresh India Show since our first edition and an advisor to the Media Today group. Could we have a very warm and loud applause for Sir and welcoming you to the podium.
Good morning, everyone, and particularly I'd like to congratulate Mr. Vilas Sinde, the organizer of this function, Mr. Priyadarshi, Mr. Priyaranjan, Secretary, Agriculture Commissioner, Dr. Priyanka, and Vanita for very nice, very good introduction speeches. I think the whole atmosphere, whole economy, whole motto of this function was set up by Mr. Vilas Sinde. He said 2 things. Number 1, he said that farmer must get rupees 2 lakhs per acre from horticulture. And number 2 said that the product must be globally competitive. I think nothing better can be said about the motto of this function than these 2. If these 2 objectives you work with, farmer to get 2 lakhs per hectare and the product must be globally competitive. If this is the objective, then I think we would have achieved the success for this function. For quite a long time, as you know, horticulture was the poor country cousin of agriculture. Our country was short of food, so we are always looking for food security. And horticulture was in the background. I think when Mr. Sharad Pawar became Minister of Agriculture, National Horticulture Mission was taken up in the 90s. And then horticulture got a push. And after that, horticulture has really taken off a long way. And today, Today I'm told that total production from horticulture is 355 million tons, which is much more than the food grain combined, which is about 300 million tons. So horticulture has taken over both in terms of quantity as also value. This has happened because of very sincere efforts and hard work by the farmers. Particularly, I would like to congratulate the farmers of Maharashtra and Gujarat, who have taken a lot of pains to push horticulture production. And I am glad that we are having this function at Nasik, which is the center, which became one of the centers of grape production in the country. I remember that in the 90s, we were producing grapes, but not really exporting. We were exporting a little to Middle East. And the farmers were afraid to send it to further distances like Europe, because they thought that the grapes will get spoiled. I was chairman of APIDA then, and I said that send the grapes to Europe in refrigerated containers, and APIDA will pay the freight, because the freight was more than the cost of freight was very high. 2 containers were sent, I think 93, 94. 2 containers were sent for the first time. APIDA paid the entire freight, and we also put tracers on it. And at the end of 22 days, when it reached England, when it reached Rotterdam, the report was that the product was absolutely perfect. There's no spoilage of product. Only fault was that there was some flower gardens put in that because it was being exported for the first time. People had done some puja and put flowers on it, so which was not allowed in food products. That was the only defect on that. After that, we started exporting to Europe, and today we have achieved more than 10,000 containers. India is one of the biggest exporters of grapes. More than 10,000 containers of grapes are being exported. And Mr. Khapre, the president of Grape Growers Association, tells me that 140 grower exporters are there. So the point is that once we make up our mind to do something, there's nothing that we can't do. And Punjab, the Maharashtra farmers have shown that it is possible to do this. The same spirit of determination.
I would like to mention here, we have achieved a lot in horticulture. Productivity has gone up, and we are almost nearing the best in the world. Modern technology has come up, but to take it further, we still have a long way to go to take it further and to achieve the target of 2 lakhs per acre, which Mr. Vilas Shinde has set for you. I think we still have to adopt a lot of technology, modern technology particularly. I think 2 things are necessary. One is horticulture farming has to be precision farming. Precision farming means that the inputs that are being used, including fertilizer, pesticides, water, had to be exact, the amount that is needed, nothing more, nothing less. And for this, most important is you have to digitize agriculture system. Today, as you know, a lot of people have gone in for greenhouse cultivation, and greenhouse people have also gone in for hydroponics, aeroponics, and this means that everything has to be measured and everything has to be entirely what we call precision agriculture. So for that, you have to digitize your system totally. Everything is to be fed on a computer, measured, exact amount to be put so that there is no wastage. The maximum efficiency of your investment must be brought out by digitizing it completely. Second thing that you have to do is to if you have to be competitive in the world, the entire world is now looking at sustainability or decarbonization. Decarbonization means that people are very worried that we are lot of greenhouse gases are going up, and climate warning is something that is now hitting us very hard. You must be seeing that the pattern of agriculture, pattern of rainfall, pattern of cold weather, hot weather is changing in India. So we all have to be very conscious about climate change. And for climate change, decarbonization is important. Decarbonization is something that is, even small steps have to be taken to do that. That means whether in arranging for the right seed, right storage material, if you are in a cold store, whether you are using the right type of refrigerant, whether you are using the right type of, the material which will be more sensitive to weather, maintaining the temperature. These are all things which we have to be very careful about. And unless we go for digitization and decarbonization, we will not be able to compete in the world, because today in the affluent countries, people are looking for these type of things. People are looking for what is the pesticide you have used, how much greenhouse gases have you produced, what is your carbon footprint. This is a new phrase now. The horticulture, the farmers have to be familiar with what is the carbon footprint in each. So, thank you. So, these are stuffs which we have to look at if you have to be globally competitive. There are a number of, I've seen that there are a number of machines and equipment in the next room. Have a look at them. Have a look at what is possible to do that. Most important for us is solar power, use of renewable energy, which will go far into decarbonization efforts. But more energy we use, the less fossil fuel will be used, and therefore carbon sink will be reduced to that extent. Therefore, what we have to do is to, in every step that we take, we have to match with the world requirement, what the importers are looking for and what the buyers are looking for. There are a number of buyers also which will be coming here. They will also be talking to us about these products. There are a number of technologies available, and government is very much aware of this, and Prime Minister keeps talking about it. I am sure the National Horticulture Board and the Government of India will also help in all the efforts for putting up renewable energy, for putting up digitization of farms, which is something that they are looking forward to, and putting up infrastructure which will reduce the use of fossil fuels and other things which would lead to decarbonization, lead to increase the carbon sink. Finally, I would just like to say that one of the things that we have to look at, we are talking about today, this function is about fresh products, but we should not wait at fresh. I think, as even Mr. Vilas Sinde mentioned, tomorrow we have to look at integrating fresh with processing. And unless we integrate and use every bit of the product from tip to toe, every bit of the product, we will not be able to get the maximum benefit out of it. And this, again, I would like to quote the example of Sahyadri Farms itself. I was most impressed to see that even the effluent treatment plant that they put up, and those of you who are here, I would very much recommend that you go and have a look at their effluent treatment plant. Even from the effluent, they are growing algae, which are being used as growth promoters, very high value growth promoters. So every bit of it, firstly, The product has to be integrated, both fresh and processed have to be done together. Secondly, every bit of it has to be used from every part of it. To go to Sam Agri, again I was saying they are not only stopping at selling pomegranate, they are also going into wine and using the residue in some form or the other. So that is the future, that you have to not only look at the main product, you have to look at all the byproducts also. So finally, I would like to just end up by saying three things. Number one, fresh is good, but using it for an integrated process is better. So use fresh, processed, and byproduct utilization all together. Look at it in a holistic manner and get the maximum value for your this thing. Secondly, you have to look at not only making money for yourself, but helping the world to lower the, to take care of the carbon, lower the carbon utilization, greenhouse emission, environmental consciousness. These are things which are now becoming more and more important. So you have to look at both your own income as well as in a manner which will be sustainable. Your income will be also increasing, and also the environmental fact will also be taken into account. Environmental consciousness will also take into account. Thank you very much, and I hope next time when we meet, we will be talk more about integrated products rather than fresh products alone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patnaik. One thing that I learned from Mr. Patnaik's remarks right now is his non-deterring attitude. We just went through, the entire electricity going off, but he continued talking and he continued making his voice heard. I think that needs a huge round of applause, because from there you really get to know that if there is a determination for anything, it has to continue. Like sir also mentioned that this hall, this place that we are sitting in is built in just 15 days, ladies and gentlemen. And that is because of the commitment and the dedication of our organizers, Media Today. So can we have a huge round of applause for them? And also the trust and the support of all the partners that you see here onto the board. So can you have a huge round of applause for our partners? Because of their support, we have been able to put up this big of a show. And जैसे कहते हैं ना, एक महापुरुष ने कहा था कि बड़ी-बड़ी देशों में छोटी-छोटी बातें होती है, सेनोरिटा. So उसी बात को कहते हुए कि बड़े-बड़े सपने जो है हमारे of having a beautiful, a country where we have fresh produce, we have an integrated, structure with the processed foods. Small things here and there will keep happening, but with what we can learn from, all our dignitaries here on the dais is that we have to keep going ahead without looking back. So can we once again have a huge round of applause for all our dignitaries onto the dais for sharing their enriching insights and knowledge with us today. I would like to present a memento of our love and appreciation to all our dignitaries. I'll request Mr. M.B. Naqvi to please come to the dais for the presentation of the mementos, and I'll request Mr. Vilas Shinde to present a memento to Mrs. Vinita Sudhanshu. To Dr. Praveen Gadam. Praveen Pardesi. to Mr. Priya Ranjan. And to Mr. Gokul Patnaik. Can we now request a memento to be presented by the hands of all our dignitaries to Mr. Vilas Shinde, please? Dais, I'd also like to take this opportunity for a very special launch here. For that, I'll request Mr. GVK Naidu, Chairman and MD of SAM Agri Group, Nasik, to kindly come to the dais. And this has been a very, latest development is that SAM Agri is launching its wines, the SAM wines today. And we're going to be having the event in the evening, but we have a very special launch of the Sam's Wine logo. And I'd like to take the opportunity to unveil the logo by the hands of our dignitaries on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, please orient yourself to the stage and to the screens as we have the unveiling of the Sam's Wine logo. Thank you so much. And on behalf of Sir, I'm also inviting you for the wine launch, wine tasting, and the networking dinner happening at the Sam's Agri facility, which is very close by from here. The boards are put up, and you can also receive all the information from the registration desk. You can receive your entry coupons from the registration desk. So, inviting you all and all the delegates to the dinner tonight. Thank you. I'd like the dignitaries to take the seats. We have the Jafar Naqvi to kindly come to the dais for the special vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, everyone. As we got a bit late. We had to do a tea break. However, we are already behind the schedule, so I would very quickly, though the thank will not be so, I'll not be able to give justice to the way I should have thanked everyone. I would like to thank our knowledge partners, Global Agri Systems Private Limited. Thank you so much. I would like to thank APEDA and National Horticulture Board for all the support extended to the exporters and the growers, and of course to Fresh India Show 2024. I would like to especially thank Sahyadri Farm, Sahyadri Group, entire team of Sahyadri, and this hall in which you are sitting is really a miracle, because 15-20 days back we were really worried whether we will be able to make it today. But the entire team of Sahyadri was working day and night. Literally, there were boys working here for 72 hours continuously. They were sleeping here to ensure that everything takes place. Thank you so much, Sahyadri team, for making it happen. I would like to thank our dinner partners, SAM Agri, and I would like to thank the Citrus, our kit partners, silver partners, Crevo, FT Berries, Ecozen, Vibraction. I would also like to thank Adani, AgriFresh, and Maersk for being our registration partners and co-partners, Quality Council of India, Food Chain, East West, AMCO, and OSI. I would also like to thank all industry partners as well as our outreach partners, AFSPI, Flower Grower Council of India, and supporting partners, AGDT Exim, Agribusiness and Food Industry Magazine, and Agritech India newspaper. I would also like to thank our associate partners, FIFI, UBC, Eurofresh as media partners, and Poland Fruits as international media partners, as also Krishi Jagran and Eden Horticulture, and of course our online partner, Food Tech Biz. So, and I think I must thank all of you, because this is such a nice place when you are having in the single hall, you have buyers and the sellers and the people who need to do business within themselves, but still they sit on their seats and listen to the experts' opinions and their presentations. I know it is, you may be trying, because this is the time you would like to network, and of course we'll have that networking tea break. You'll be able to make networking relations and exchange your cards. So I'd like to thank all the team members of Media Today Group, our audio-visual system suppliers. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Almighty for making it possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you can please be seated. We are continuing with our sessions. We are arranging for tea to be served to you inside, but if definitely any of you want to go out and have your tea, you can. We are going to be continuing with our sessions. Just an announcement to our speakers: if you haven't given us your presentation, you can come forward and hand it over to us. In 5 minutes, we'll be beginning with the next session, so requesting everybody to be seated.